Super Bowl champs in '86. And now 40 years later, could the Chicago Bears really relocate to Northwest Indiana? Details on the game plan that could move the chains to the region. Plus, Hoosiers weigh in on legalizing pot in Indiana. Surprising results from a new survey. And radio legend Tom Griswold, his take on the comedy scene in Indiana. Inside Indiana Business is next.
From Indiana's business news leader, this is IBJ Media's Inside Indiana Business with Gerry Dick, presented by Elevate Ventures, Indiana University, and the Indiana Association of Realtors.
Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gerry Dick. Could the Chicago Bears' $2 billion, perhaps $3 billion stadium project, long assumed to be headed for suburban Chicago, actually cross the state line into Northwest Indiana? Well, with Illinois state lawmakers at odds over supporting the stadium project, the Bears contend they are serious about exploring other sites. Northwest Indiana suddenly in the conversation. From Hammond to Gary and beyond, leaders in Northwest Indiana see the Bears Stadium project as a once-in-a-generation opportunity, one that could bring jobs, infrastructure investment, and national visibility to the region. Sources tell Inside Indiana Business the team has been shown at least 5 locations in the region, including this property in Hammond near the state line and not far from BP's massive refinery, where crews have been seen drilling and testing, reportedly sent by the Bears. A deal that has been described as a Hail Mary is gaining some important support.
If everything keeps progressing at the speed at which it has over the last week or so, we'll see. So we're going to do everything to make it happen.
The Bears audibled on long-held stadium plans in suburban Arlington Heights last month, saying they'll explore other options as Illinois lawmakers indicated $800 million in public infrastructure funding for the project would not be a priority in 2026. It's not the Bears' first dalliance with Northwest Indiana.
And so with field position Eric Kramer looking for Jeff Graham. What a catch by Graham!
1995, the franchise explored a proposal to build a massive stadium and entertainment complex in Gary, a plan that failed as the Lake County Council voted down an income tax increase to help fund the project, leading to major renovations at Soldier Field. But stadium proponents say this is a different Northwest Indiana, a region on the move with momentum and mojo.
The westbound train is now arriving. Please stand clear.
We're seeing the double tracking of the South Shore commuter rail line come to fruition, the Westlake or the Monon corridor of that opening up and getting ready to roll here this first quarter of 26. So really excited about that. That improves our connectivity to the city of Chicago. We've got the Professional Sports Commission that legislatively has come into action for Northwest Indiana. We're looking at opportunities around a convention center, the Hard Rock Casino, those types of amenities that are really helping Northwest Indiana to thrive.
Pleased to be joined in studio now by Hammond Mayor Tom McDermott, one of the key players making moves to bring the Bears to Northwest Indiana. Mayor, thanks for joining me.
Hey, Gary, how's it going?
Good. Okay, the big question, is this for real or is this a leverage play by the Bears?
Well, it could be a leverage play, but I think it's for real. And it's 3 words that make me think that. Property tax certainty. We're talking about a $2-3 billion deal. And when you look at the type of property taxes that are going to be generated off a proposal like that, they could save hundreds of millions of dollars by relocating to Indiana.
Give us an idea, some insight into your conversations with the Bears. What's it been like?
I think, I can't really get too much into the conversations, but I can tell you that I think they're serious. Mm-hmm. I think they're very frustrated with what's going on in Arlington Heights. I think they're very frustrated with the treatment they're getting in Chicago. And I think that they seriously are considering Indiana. I really feel that way.
You're going to need support outside of Northwest Indiana. We saw Governor Braun in our lead-up story there. Talk about your conversations with the governor, with the legislature, and how supportive they may be.
I think the governor's doing a great job taking the lead on this issue, because this issue is much bigger than any power I could bring to the table as mayor. You need the state government and the state leadership on board about it, and Governor Braun and the state leadership's taken a key role in this. Without them, this is just a proposal. With them involved, it could become a reality.
People are telling us multiple sites have been under consideration or shown to the team. Why is the Hammond site the one that you think is best?
I'm a bike ride from Soldier Field currently. I mean, I could ride from my house to Soldier Field and back, and in a day, by the way. And for the Bears to be able to move that close to the current Soldier Field, and at the same time also get all the benefits of being a Hoosier company, because they would be a Hoosier company at that point. They could save hundreds of millions of dollars. And then over the lifetime of this proposal, 50 years, it could be in the billions they could save in government costs alone.
A lot of moving parts behind the scenes right now. Give us an idea, to the extent you can, a timeline. When might we hear maybe a little more certainty on where things are going?
It's going to be soon, because anything of this magnitude is going to have to be approved by House leadership, by the Senate leadership, by the governor, and obviously we're in session right now. So you're going to start to, if this is a real proposal, things are going to have to move through the General Assembly very shortly.
All right, Hammond Mayor Tom McDermott.
Thanks, Gary. Go Bears, by the way. You know, I want them to win the Super Bowl this year, so let's get that in.
Well, since the Colts aren't in it, the Bears. That's
Thank
good.
you, Gary.
That's
I appreciate
good.
it.
Mayor, thanks. We'll be in touch.
Good to see you, sir.
All right, good
Thanks.
to see you. Well, IBJ Media will be closely monitoring any developments that unfold as it relates to a Bears potential move to Indiana, certainly. This week, Inside Indiana business reporter Aubriana Herron visited the potential site, one of the potential sites in Hammond. She spoke with residents there to get their take on what they think about the new stadium coming that way, possibly.
Any type of major sports team would be beneficial to a certain area, as long as the stadium or the people that come here don't take away from the area. You know, I just don't want that part to change. But other than that, I mean, it'd be really great.
Although potential stadium would sit south of Wolf Lake in Hammond's Robertsdale neighborhood. Coming up next, a pulse check on what Hoosiers think about everything from affordable health care to data centers to legally being able to buy pot in Indiana. We give you a first look and break down results from a new survey coming out of Ball State University. That's when we come back.
Whether you're buying or selling a home, the stakes are high. Realtors are market experts who do business by a higher code of ethics, and we're invested in Indiana because we're also your neighbors. Now here's the latest statewide real estate report.
In 2025, the number of homes for sale across Indiana hit a 6-year high, with new listings jumping nearly 10% in the last 2 years. Homes also stayed on the market about 4 days longer than 2024, 2 weeks longer than back in 2021. Buyers have more options and more time to find the right home heading into 2026. But patience is paying off for home sellers, as Indiana property values continue to climb. Indiana is still one of the most affordable states for home ownership. The mortgage payment on a typical recent home purchase equals about 34% of our median monthly household income.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress. From the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, investing connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures.
Well, creating more jobs in Indiana, affordable health care, and a surprising number of Hoosiers in favor of legalizing marijuana. Just a few of the issues Hoosiers weighed in on in Ball State University's Bowen Center for Public Affairs Hoosier Survey. Bowen Center for Public Affairs Executive Director Andrew Bauman joins me now for a deeper dive into the survey. And Andrew, welcome to the program.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Now, the Bowen Center survey has been well known around Indiana for a number of years, and it went away for a few years. You're relaunching it now. Talk about the survey.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was really focus this year was us to revitalize the survey for current era, get the questions, really digging into what Hoosiers were thinking about, but then also with a look to the future. So as each year, as we iterate it, you'll be able to show a trend line on how people's opinions have changed, but be scientifically accurate.
All right, some interesting results, and we're giving viewers a first look this week. In terms of the top issues, as you look at the top issues that Hoosiers are really concerned about, I know healthcare is up there, and some other issues.
Yeah, you notice really healthcare was a big issue. 44% wanted affordable healthcare. They also wanted to reduce taxes as well. You saw the public schools were also an issue, making sure they were were funded, and we took care of our students and teachers.
Yeah. Did that surprise you? The healthcare, certainly it's a hot topic nationally. Did that surprise you at all, that really is one of the top line issues?
Not really. As people get older, that becomes more important, and those people are generally the most politically active. So I think that makes sense. And also, you also see a trend with our younger folks to eat better, not drink as much soda. You see alcohol use dropping, cigarette smoke dropping. So honestly, as you think about it, no, I think it makes sense. People are more interested in their health.
Okay, let's get to one of the more interesting results, I think, and that's legalizing marijuana. You know, Indiana, a rather conservative state, but the results of the survey show there's support for it.
There is. I would say overall, you saw 74% support some form of legalization, with 59% supporting adult use cannabis and 25% supporting medical use.
Yeah. Do you sense there's momentum? You know, it's a bit of a contentious issue at the State House. Do you think there's some momentum to maybe a change?
Great question. Absolutely. And you've seen that the last year or two. You've seen almost exponential growth in support, and then non-traditional support. And by that, I mean business leaders, parents, not your traditional college-age kid or high school person. Yeah.
Another hot button issue in Indiana and many states around the country, data centers. You know, they're proliferating around the state. A lot of communities are pushing back. What you find there?
Thank you for asking. We had 29% supported data centers, but overwhelmingly people did not. You had 47.4% that did not support data centers at all in their community.
A little PR work to do from the data center folks. Final question for you, and that's an interesting one. In terms of people liking to live here, do people like to live here?
They do, and I think that's what so many people want to focus on the negative or rooms for improvement, and there's always room for improvement, but 92% of Hoosiers said Indiana was a positive place to live, and I'd really like to focus on that too.
Yeah, and as you look at talent attraction and retention, keeping people here, you got to like to live here, so that's a good result.
True.
Yeah, Andrew Bauman from the Ball State's Bowen Center. Thanks very much. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
All right. Well, turning now to news from around Indiana. A game changer for downtown Indianapolis. That's how the Simon family describes its latest venture. A Ritz-Carlton hotel that will be located across from Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Ground was broken Wednesday of this week for that hotel that will feature 176 suites and is part of a planned $400 million investment that is to include a 4,000-seat music venue. The hotel portion expected to open in 2028. A Carmel-based nonprofit focused on providing protein to food banks and pantries nationwide is celebrating a major milestone. Hatch for Hunger delivered 100 million protein-rich meals last year with an estimated retail value of some $50 million to food banks and pantries all over the nation. Eggs and meat are sourced directly from local farms and processors and then delivered to food banks for community distribution.
We're truly set up for success because of not only the agricultural systems, but I'd say the very progressive food banking system that we've created here in Indiana, which is far greater than any other state in the country, in my opinion.
The organization's reach stretches to some 40 states and increased its number of food bank partners by 1/3 last year. Still ahead for you, the business of broadcasting with an Indiana radio icon. And a new high-tech Hoosier-based strategy aimed at getting young people to give up the vape. How it works and the potential impact in this week's Business of Health.
Serving Indiana means being ready for growing energy demands. At Duke Energy, we're adding more power to the grid and working on hundreds of local projects to make your energy more reliable. We've strengthened nearly 20,000 poles, updated more than 270 substations, and prevented hundreds of thousands of outage hours with self-healing grid technology, so your power can come back on faster than ever. That's the smarter energy future Indiana deserves. The challenges are real.
Type 2 diabetes rising
Small
fast.
businesses need help.
Alzheimer's cases rising as population.
Solutions.
They said it'll never happen.
It's too hard. Nothing will change.
Can't compete.
You'll never solve it.
And we said, watch us.
Been a while. What have you been up to?
Oh, you know.
Oh, I see it's not flossing. I just added some secret weapons to my toolkit.
Huh?
They help me drill down further, digging deeper than I ever could before. into my business and personal finances with Lake City Bank Digital.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Now let's take care of that tooth.
Add sharper tools for your money with Lake City Bank Digital.
You are all set, Brian.
I'm Devin.
Calling for all nominations. We're looking for 40 Central Indiana leaders under 40 who shine in their roles. Each year, the Indianapolis Business Journal recognizes 40 individuals who have made their mark in their profession before the young age of 40. Who will be named this year's class? Place your nominations and celebrate the milestones made by the best and brightest in Indiana. Learn more and submit your nomination by January 26th at ibj.com/nominations.
They were sold to the public as a smoking cessation tool. They became this global hit super fast.
Vaping, introduced as an alternative to smoking cigarettes nearly 20 years ago, now a multi-billion-dollar global industry. Teenagers are one of the main targets of the vaping industry, but a Hoosier-based high-tech startup is fighting back. Business of Health reporter Kylie Valletta here now with more. Kylie.
Well, and that's right, Gary. The founder of Indianapolis-based startup Habit Halo actually picked up the habit when he started college at Indiana University, when students thought it was a safe alternative to smoking. His struggle to quit opened the door to his device.
Ready for New Year's resolutions, Riplock vape cases are assembled and now for sale. Struggling to quit vaping himself, Phil Tran's battle became a business idea.
Over the years, they started coming out with higher strength, more puffs, cheaper, more flavors. I saw that with myself and my friends, how hard it was to quit.
Backed by medical studies, engineers, and AI, he created a high-tech vape case that syncs with an app. Users start by vaping as normal, and the case collects data to then create a plan personalized to your habits to meet your goals, whether that's just to reduce your use or totally quit.
Riplock is the first ever vape-limiting case. So it's a portable vape case that limits the number of puffs you take per day. It spaces out. It makes you wait between puffs and spaces it out throughout the day, helps pace you.
The idea is the battle is won by baby steps. Riplock reduces puffs by just 1% per day for 90 days. The case locks based on your limit.
If I were to try to unlock it right now, I can't. It doesn't have to be, hey, climb this mountain today, and if you don't, you're a failure. You can take it one step at a time.
It's been the same steady process
Pop it back in.
for building his business at the 16 Tech Innovation District.
I couldn't have really done it without 16 Tech and the people that work out of here, out of the lab, especially machine, and they've taught me a lot, and it's really been like a community.
He quit vaping using the first prototype. He's hoping for thousands of more success stories.
You can vape 1% less every day, and because of that, you can reach the top of the mountain. 1% a day, you can do it.
And the vape case is for sale on Habit Halo's website for $79. A new mental health caregiver is getting very popular in Indiana, and she never gets tired or takes lunch breaks because she's a robot. At least 4 Hoosier healthcare facilities now have a Robin the Robot on staff, the latest in Shelby County at the Waldron Rehabilitation and Healthcare Center. Developed by a West Coast company, the robot is powered by AI and can provide companionship by socializing and can even remember details about each person. Robin is working in memory care at several facilities, reducing isolation and playing cognitive games. A Purdue University engineer has landed a $1 million grant to further develop a smart pacifier to monitor babies' breathing. The project transforms a standard pacifier into a medical device that analyzes sound waves. Purdue Polytechnic Institute researcher Dr. Miad Fizipour says the patent-pending pacifier could be used in NICUs or even at home to detect potential breathing complications in premature babies and newborns.
Back to the vaping story, which I thought was very interesting. How does this new device at Riplock, how does that differ from other devices?
Well, he says like gums, patches, lozenges, those are popular ways to quit, but it's a more drastic stepping down process with those. His device literally just takes 1% off your number of puffs each day, and over time, that really adds up. And also Indiana investors, we should mention, Boomerang Ventures and Flywheel Fund.
Excellent. Young innovator making waves in Indiana.
Yep.
Thanks, Kylie.
Yep.
Well, shifting gears now to how IU's football success on the field is paying off in the sky. Indianapolis International Airport landed several special nonstop flights to help Hoosiers get to the Rose Bowl out in Pasadena and the Peach Bowl in Atlanta. Airport Executive Director Mario Rodriguez tells us the 6 specialty flights added for the Peach Bowl equal more than 1,000 available seats across 3 airlines.
We are here to make sure we serve all of you, and we listen to the community at large as to where they need to go. And you would suspect that most of these things are done as relationship business deals, but they're really, really data-driven business deals.
Rodriguez says the airport will continue to work with the community and airline partners on pitches for future opportunities. By the way, construction on that big new airport hotel continues. It's expected to open next year. Coming up next, the best in broadcasting and a trip down memory lane.
He's Bob. I'm Bob. And he's Tom. And I'm Tom.
We catch up with 295 radio legend Tom Griswold, his take on the past, present, and future when we come back.
Whether you're buying or selling a home, the stakes are high. Realtors are market experts who do business by a higher code of ethics, and we're invested in Indiana because we're also your neighbors. Now here's the latest statewide real estate report.
In 2025, the number of homes for sale across Indiana hit a 6-year high, with new listings jumping nearly 10% in the last 2 years. Homes also stayed on the market about 4 days longer than 2024, 2 weeks longer than back in 2021. Buyers have more options and more time to find the right home heading into 2026. But patience is paying off for home sellers as Indiana property values continue to climb. Indiana is still one of the most affordable states for home ownership. The mortgage payment on a typical recent home purchase equals about 34% of our median monthly household income.
Serving Indiana means being ready for growing energy demands. At Duke Energy, we're adding more power to the grid and working on hundreds of local projects to make your energy more reliable. We've strengthened nearly 20,000 poles, updated more than 270 substations, and prevented hundreds of thousands of outage hours with self-healing grid technology, so your power can come back on faster than ever. That's the smarter energy future Indiana deserves.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress. From the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, invest in connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures.
We are bringing the power of this to this with a new IBJ Media app. For the first time ever, you'll be able to get the Indiana Lawyer, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indianapolis Business Journal all in one place wherever you go. All across the state of Indiana, IBJ Media provides the news you need to know, and we're doing it now directly to your phone. To be a part of this, you can find it on your favorite app store. Just search IBJ Media.
Well, Evansville-based Wellborn Foundation is helping nonprofits address the rising cost of health care by launching a multi-employer welfare arrangement. It's the first MIWA in Indiana for nonprofits. The agreement provides group health insurance for 2 or more organizations who are not under the same management. The goal is to provide high quality and affordable health care.
But if we can help launch this MIWA, the nonprofit sector is going to be much more likely to attract and retain top quality talent, which is necessary for a thriving regions, right? So that's our motivation.
Innovation and collaboration in Southwest Indiana. The MIWA is starting out with about a dozen organizations, but that number expected to grow quickly. You can learn more about Wellborn's plans on InsideIndianaBusiness.com. Well, if you want to trace the roots of when Indy began making a name for itself in comedy, look no further than this guy. Q95's Tom Griswold. He, his partner Bob Kavoyan, and a whole cast of really talented characters have had people laughing for more than 40 years. I recently caught up with Tom, who shared his take on the evolution of the Hoosier comedy scene.
Bob and Tom. Bob and Tom. Bob and Tom.
Before there was Opera Man on SNL, we had Luciano Gaspacho.
To conquer and win, we're gonna be in this Super Bowl game.
We also got connected with the comedy clubs here. When I moved here in '83, Crackers was right next to the Vogue and upstairs, and Crackers was just part of that early '80s comedy boom. And I can remember seeing Jerry Seinfeld there.
Wow.
Jay Leno, Gary Shandling. It's just some amazing guys that would go on to great things. So we got hooked up with another great comedy club started by Chick and Patty Perrin downtown, the Indianapolis Comedy Connection. And we had Tim Allen, who I just talked to, I think 3 or 4 weeks ago, Brad Garrett.
Pleasure to be here. As you can see, I guess we should talk about size. I am a little bit taller than your average dental plaza.
Brad Garrett is so funny, it's painful to be around him. If I'm not kidding, if he walked in right now, he would just take over the mics, and I would just walk out because he's so great. But Brad was on our show, and that was Brad exploded here in Indy. The first time he did a solo theater show and sold it out was at the Murat.
Wow.
So we were lucky enough to get connected to a bunch of great comedians over the years.
Much more ahead with Radio Hall of Famer Tom Griswold on the Business and Beyond podcast, which you can find at InsideIndianaBusiness.com.
Mad Hatter Shows has presented SNL alums Tim Meadows and Chris Kattan, Creed Bratton from The Office, Uncle Si.
Creed helped put Scranton, Pennsylvania on the map, and he's part of a cast helping to showcase talent on stage in Greenwood, just south of Indianapolis. The Mad Hatter making its mark as a rising player in Central Indiana's growing entertainment industry. The brand has been around for a decade, but never really had a home base until now. This week, the Mad Hatter Show's Event Center marked the official opening of its home in Greenwood on Main Street near I-65. The venue has hosted a number of big names since its soft opening in August. Artists like John Schneider, America's Got Talent winner, ventriloquist Darcy Lynn, and Jimmy J.J. Walker. Great venue there indeed. Well, we wrap up this edition of Inside Indiana Business on the road. Made in Indiana RV style. Elkhart, Indiana, of course, known as the RV capital of the world. And with that, we share some images from Indiana's largest RV show in Indianapolis, wrapping up this weekend. Thanks for joining us this week. I'm Gerry Dick. Go out and make it a successful week.
The challenges are real.
Type 2 diabetes rising
Small
faster
businesses
among
need
workers.
help. Alzheimer's cases rising as population.
Solutions.
They said it'll never happen.
It's too hard.
Nothing will change.
Can't compete.
You'll never solve it.
And we said, watch us.
Been a while. What have you been up to?
Oh, you know.
Oh, I see it's not flossing. I just added some secret weapons to my toolkit.
Huh?
They help me drill down further, digging deeper than I ever could before. Into my business and personal finances with Lake City Bank Digital.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Now let's take care of that tooth.
Add sharper tools for your money with Lake City Bank Digital.
You are all set, Brian.
I'm Devin.
Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gerry Dick, coming to you this week from Northwest Indiana, Jeffersonville, Muncie, South Bend, in downtown Evansville, Terre Haute, Fort Wayne, Richmond, from one of the state's key entrepreneurial and innovation hubs, 16 Tech. Inside Indiana Business, Indiana's business news leader.